तो ये चालान जो पेश किया गया वो एसपी साहब के आदेश से किया गया।
Living or dead, I want this result of this girl.
और ऐसी कौन सी इमरजेंसी थी कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन पूरा ना होते हुए एसपी साहब ने वहाँ ऑर्डर दिया कि चालान पेश करो जल्दी से? क्योंकि इसमें 4 एसआईटी लगभग हो गई, मैंने पूरी डिटेल निकाली इस पर सर्च करके लॉर्ड साहब। और हॉनरेबल कोर्ट का ऑर्डर था लॉर्ड साहब अक्टूबर 2019 का कि डीजी खुद इसको पर्सनली सर्वाइव करेंगे।
आप बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, इन लोगों ने बहुत लापरवाही करी है और इस लापरवाही के पीछे क्या कारण है?
Following corrective measures in order to have effective, fair and more efficient investigation, periodical but regular continuous orientation program in the form of workshops for the investigation officers should be conducted to minimize the failure of prosecution during the course of trial. It will also help to control the faulty investigation and equitable based upon faulty investigation. Separate training programs for the police officer engaged in regular investigation and special investigation like offences under POCSO Act, crime against women and cyber crimes. Formulation of detailed guidelines is under consideration which will be placed before the Honorable Court soon. In order to achieve the aforesaid goal without any further delay, the aforesaid training program will be started within a fortnight. The tentative training program is however enclosed as annexure such and such. The aforesaid orientation program of training for the police officers, investigation officer will also include the training of FSL officers and doctors as well, who play an important role in conduct of successful investigation. Apart from above, at the district level, every SP will address the public grievances on every Tuesday between 11 am to 1 pm, and IG Gwalior range will also hear the public grievances on every Tuesday between 11 am to 1 pm. We will also include the DGP in that manner. We will request him. Such a mechanism is already in place, but however, it has been further decided to review the aforesaid mechanism in order to make it more effective and accessible to the public at large. To make the investigation more effective, it has also been decided to supervise the sensitive, heinous cases at every stage, including after filing of challan, and also in respect of timely production of prosecution witnesses before learned trial courts, and to supervise the police officers in effectively assisting the public prosecutors in conduct of trial. So this is, my lord, a sample, my lord. It will we will try to expand it. The what more effective steps we can take, we'll include that also, because that
in your training program,
sir,
you must also include,
sir,
behavioral changes.
Behavior, yes.
All these persons, be a ministerial staff or executive staff, they must have this understanding primarily that they are public servants.
Sir.
They owe a duty towards public.
My lord.
Be he a poor man, rich man, or for that matter any person. We all are there for the public.
Yes.
And public should not be betrayed. So behavioral change is very important. How you conduct yourself,
Yes.
how you behave with the people coming to police stations for help. Nobody comes there for pleasure, either for pain or for sufferings or for protection.
Yes.
So behavior is very important. And thirdly, please include your young superintendent of police.
That IPS officer.
These youngsters who are now becoming SPs after this so-called training for 2 years, something, I don't know what kind of supervision they have or control. Let them have understanding, clear language, that by grace of God, you have become an IPS officer.
Sir.
But don't think that you are above the rule of law.
Yes.
Self-discipline and accountability, not towards your officials, higher officials, but towards public is of paramount importance.
Yes.
I don't want to hear any complaint that the SP did not give any audience or did not require the subordinates to address the problems. And these must one thing more. Every superintendent of police must visit police stations of his jurisdiction and take stock of or review the number of complaints being filed, number of complaints being processed, and investigations. Because if a superintendent of police does not visit police stations, what kind of duty is expected of? This is a primary duty. I am not saying he should sit there, but he should visit and have an effective audit of the performance of the police station. This should also be a part of your training, and they should not shy away from undergoing this training by their superior and senior officials. Do this. And now when will you start this process which you have given?
Within fortnight, my lord, we will file initial progress.
I am only concerned with concrete steps.
We will take.
And don't hurry up. Don't paint the whole investigation as has been done in the past with a black brush.
That we will try, my lord, that it will not happen again.
This repetition would really cost you very heavy.
I know, my lord, I understand.
Let them do this. We will keep it pending.
Lordship.
And this we are pending it not only for this poor petitioner,
Lordship.
but also in the interest of the public at large also. We will ensure, let us see what they have promised today, to what extent they concretize it and place it before this court.
और से एक प्रेयर और है, इसमें जो फर्स्ट एसआईटी थी और जिस समय ये चालान पेश किया गया, तो ये चालान जब पेश किया गया वो एसपी साहब के आदेश से किया गया, और ऐसी कौन सी इमरजेंसी थी कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन पूरा ना होते हुए एसपी साहब ने ऑर्डर दिया कि चालान पेश करो जल्दी से?
I have said,
कंसर्निंग एसपी को और बुलवाना है।
मैंने अभी वर्मा साहब को बोला है कि he should bring to the notice of the DG about the lapses which have occurred in this investigation and let people who are accountable for it.
क्योंकि इसमें 4 एसआईटी लगभग हो गई, मैंने पूरी डिटेल निकाली इस पर सर्च करके लॉर्ड साहब, कि लगभग 4 एसआईटी हो गई हैं। और हॉनरेबल कोर्ट का ऑर्डर था लॉर्ड साहब अक्टूबर 2019 का कि डीजी खुद इसको पर्सनली सर्वाइव करेंगे इस पे।
आप बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, इन लोगों ने बहुत लापरवाही करी है, और इस लापरवाही के पीछे क्या कारण है? ये
जस्ट वैसे ही जा रहा है जैसे राजस्थान का वो कांड हुआ था लॉर्ड साहब भवरी देवी वाला, बिल्कुल वैसा ही जा रहा है ये केस, बिल्कुल एज लाइक भवरी देवी जा रहा था।
डीजी owes an explanation to the public.
जी लॉर्ड साहब।
Let him see the original file and call upon those persons who have committed the lapses and call for their explanations.
We assure, my lord, that effective.
DG should call for original file and scrutinize everything, because now we all are in public domain.
Yes, yes.
Let things be transparent, and persons who have committed lapses, we leave it to the DG's wisdom, how he deals with them.
I'll apprise him.
And I'm ensure, and one thing certain, I'm keeping it pending. It will keep pending.
After 20 days, my lord, it may be kept, my lord. In the
Yes.
meantime, we will have
What has transpired today,
yes,
it should come into action.
including the action in present case also.
All right. In view of the compliance report, okay, she is so and so for the petitioner, she is so and so for the state. Shri Verma, additional DGP, is also present in person. Stop. Through the instant compliance report, learned additional AG has pointed out the course to be adopted for re-investigation in the matter of tracing the missing corpus of MS Geeta.
Yes.
Be that as it may, let an effective and comprehensive investigation compliance report is placed on record for court's perusal. call out 29th of August.
Public. The personal presence.
Just a minute. Mr. Raghuvanshi,
My lord.
my brother has pointed out, come to page 3,
My lord.
B, C and D clauses.
My lord.
We find that you are applying again before the JMFC.
My lord, why we are, I'll explain. Earlier we applied, my lord, that
It was
permission
rejected.
rejected for want of consent given by the concerning person. So
All right.
now we have, our police officers have contacted him. He has agreed to give the consent, and therefore we have moved again before the JMFC. And for that purpose, on 28th, my lord, the learned JMFC has issued the notice to him. He will appear on that day. On last Saturday, my lord, he was present in the court of JMFC. But learned JMFC said that we will issue the notice, and it on the calling of the court, if he will extend this consent, then we will grant you permission.
Second,
My lord.
this Jitendra Prajapati,
Yes, my lord.
this man stands acquitted.
This
Yes, Lord.
stand acquitted in case of 363, 366, my lord. But for further investigation in respect of body to be recovered and all further investigation, because 173.
Are you registering a fresh complaint?
Not, my lord. 173(8) is already pending, my lord, in that particular case. So that will include the investigation against this gentleman also.
Do you think this will survive? So sustain, can be
Possibly.
sustained?
पॉसिबल नहीं है लॉर्डशिप, क्योंकि वो एकटल हो गया और उसके विरुद्ध उन्होंने चालान पूरा कंप्लीट पेश किया है कोर्ट
Will he
में।
not come before this court seeking protection against jeopardy?
और ये कंप्लायंस रिपोर्ट तो लॉर्डशिप आईवास है केवल, क्योंकि जो चार्जेस पहले भी
In that particular case also, my lord, on the last date of hearing, my lord, we have produced the compliance report, and in that case, my lord, we are also filing the appeal, including.
Because only complainant has filed an appeal. You have not filed an
No,
appeal.
we have, my lord, now advised, my lord, and it is under consideration, my lord. We'll get the orders by this week, and we will file them. I have advised, my lord, it is.
No, but how would you conduct narco on Jitendra Prajapati?
For
Yes,
the present, my lord, we'll.
Jitendra
postpone
Prajapati,
the
Sabita Bhai and
conduct,
other.
then after the orders order will be passed in appeal, we'll do that, because this Sabita Prajapati, my lord, we have.
You have so far not interrogated her.
हाँ, अभी नहीं, पहले तो किया था सर.
No. Every time when you went to her house, it was locked.
सोनू को
सविता,
2019 के बाद सर 2019 के बाद तो सोनू को लिया भी नहीं ने कस्टडी में, कोई पूछताछ की उसकी।
This
स्टेटमेंट के बाद तो पूछताछ भी
For
नहीं।
the time being, we'll postpone the interrogation on him, and in respect of other persons, my lord, we'll conduct and re-examine.
No, but you cannot conduct probably a narco test on the Jitendra.
We'll postpone, my lord, in respect of Jitendra Prajapati, but in respect of other persons, my lord, we have applied, and most of them have given their tentative consent before the police officer. It will subject to consent approved by them before the concerning JMFC.
नहीं सर, अगर ये स्टेटमेंट सोनू के स्टेटमेंट बात 302 बढ़ाते हैं तो फ्रेश चार्ज में तो कर सकते हैं, और बिना उसके कुछ नहीं हो सकता।
No, you will remain here.
Yes.
If they do any faulty thing, let me know. We will. It is because of you only this man could approach us. We really compliment you
यस सर,
because of your pious assistance. The poor man on the street could come to this court of law.
लॉर्डशिप
Otherwise, he would have been nowhere. You deserve compliment. And what about this Johnny? Abhay Pratap Singh? You have already
Earlier, my
punished
lord,
him.
Earlier, my lord, on the different charges, my lord, he was charge sheeted. Then punishment was inflicted before IG. The matter went, my lord. It was considered that the punishment of stopping one increment with non-cumulative effect, censure was imposed earlier.
I wish there was some lesser punishment than censure.
The lesser punishment was imposed, and then IG reviewed it, my lord. And IG, considering it to be that it should be awarded with the major penalty, he reopened the matter, set aside that order, and directed for detailed exhaustive inquiry.
That has taken
inquiry
place.
has been conducted, and this Abhay Pratap was exonerated. But in respect of two other persons, the one increment with cumulative effect was ordered. So far as this man is concerned, my lord, we have levied now the charge that despite of your availability and looking towards the sensitivity of the case, you did not conduct yourself the investigation. You entrusted it to your subordinate, and on that, my lord, including one other charge, now we are conducting the inquiry.
Have you issued him charge sheet?
If we have issued, we have enclosed also. We have issued.
Make sure that charge sheet takes,
Possible नहीं है।
course of time.
It will take lesser time than that, my lord.
पॉसिबल इसलिए नहीं है सर, एक बार उसको मेजर पेनल्टी मिल चुकी है तो अगेन एंड अगेन उसी चार्ज
We will see, let them do it, we will see to that. We are not disposing it off. On all these 3 points, you make sure that things concretize.
Oblige.
My lord,
We will meet on 29th of August.
Oblige.
my lord, if my lord may think it appropriate, my lord, for the present, my lord, the personal presence of the officers for the next day.
Who else has come? ADGP is there. Who else is here?
SP has to come.
SP has come?
Yes.
All right. Yes, personal appearance of SP and ADGP shall be dispensed with. But as and when required, they may be required to be here.
Oblige.
But you do one thing. On the next date, when your compliance comes here,
Yes.
your ADG is posted at Gwalior only.
He will be ready. He can be called at any time during the course of
Because
hearing if
the
it is-
first report when comes,
Yes.
we would like him to be here, if not SP Guna.
I'll try. So he will come.
And Mr. SP Guna ensure that your district doesn't face such kind of criticism in public domain. Your predecessors have really, we are cutting a sorry figure. This the kind of things have happened. You please ensure that IPS officers enjoy good reputation. And what has happened in the past is not repeated. And make all effective steps as you have proposed and assured this court, ensuring that I have said, living or dead, I want this result of this girl.